Good morning, you guys. Okay. Welcome back to Coral Tree Homestead.
Mom, this is a beautiful life.
It's a beautiful life, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had to go back and get some warm pants to put over the top of the boys' shorts because it's not that hot yet. I thought, oh, it's a beautiful day. It might be hot enough for shorts, but not quite yet. So yesterday I hit this garden for a little while and put this trellis up for the oncoming tomatoes, and I also put in a little bit of a path there and a path here, so that bed's pretty much ready to go. I've just got to do some mulching, get the sheep out, get all the birds out, and re-fence the pigs in. So this bed, the front bed here, will be ready for vegetables. And the mulch I'm going to use is sugarcane mulch that has gone through the rabbits already. So I'm changing the rabbits probably more than they need to be changed, just to try and get a little bit of manure into the mulch that I'll be using for the veggie garden. Hey sheep! Hey sheep! Hey Sammy! That's Sammy. Sammy, our newest little lamb. So cute. Hi sheep. Hi Sammy. Hi Sammy. Hey buddy. Hey mama. And this is the Suffolk breed I was talking about when changing into. So they're both ewes. Not sure if she's pregnant because she's a little bit younger. I don't know if she got bred. They came to us after the point of breeding, so I didn't breed this one. She's had her lamb here, but the other one I'm not sure if she's pregnant. That's the Dorper we still have. She's due any day. Any day. She's all bagged up, which means her udder is full. And that little guy there is a ram. We'll be eating him when he gets a little bit bigger, and then we have also a bigger ram that breeds with the Dorpers. And we also have a Suffolk ram coming. I mentioned that. So these guys down here, the pigs, will be in the next few days moving out of this plot. There still is a little bit of grass in amongst the garden bed, so good morning. I'll tarp that so that the grass doesn't grow anymore. Look, you guys are noisy. And then we'll be moving the pigs into the perimeter plot that I was talking about to keep the grass and the weeds out of these bigger beds. We're going to do like a big walkway the whole way around the garden to try and reduce the amount of grass getting into the garden beds this year. We're a week away from spring now, so we will be there very soon growing in this garden. And then so you can see there that veggie bed runs the whole distance of this paddock. I'm then going to put a fence in to run the rest, which means the sheep can graze this grass area, and the rest of this paddock will be for an orchard and a veggie garden. So that's on the cards today. I often get tied up in doing what I feel like doing instead of doing what I should be doing. So I'm going to go through now and feed all the animals and get them out of the way, and then be free to go shopping. I've got to go grocery shopping today, which I don't need much at all, which is great. We've got all our own meat. We've started to get our own vegetables now growing, coming into the warmer months. So I should only need a few little bits of fruit and some snacks, and then it should just be a really cheap grocery shop this week, which is amazing. That's what we want to do. We have a big load of salami we did out of one of our pigs, which I have to go over and wipe over. You got to wipe it over with vinegar and oil to stop the mold growing. So I'll do that with you guys today too. What are you doing?
I'm just cutting the bucket down.
Why?
You don't know why.
Why are you cutting the bucket down?
So we can put forks on it.
Oh, okay. So you just marked it, now you're going to cut it.
Yep. Just cutting the bucket down.
And then you're going to put a plate on it?
Yep.
To hold the forks. Because they're really heavy, so we probably don't want to be able to take those off on They're really, really heavy, lifting those yesterday. Probably don't want to have to take them off, on and off. So we bought that tractor secondhand just to be able to lift our grain tubs, because our old tractor, the Kubota, it wasn't strong enough to lift the grain tubs, so we've got a bigger one. We already had those forks, which is what the pallets are picked up with, or you can pick up hay bales as well with the forks. They're really handy. We already had them, so he's just going to modify that bucket to fit those bigger forks. And we also have a different bucket that we can then use as well for, like, if I want to mulch a ton of stuff, or if we need a bigger bucket to be able to do things, we've got that there as well, which you just swap over with pins. Everybody tells me how beautiful this turkey is when they come over and they're walking around. Oh, look at your beautiful turkey. He's nasty. Do not be fooled. He is so nasty. He waits till I walk away and then he jumps at me with both feet and tries to scratch me. He's not a nice bird. I don't think he'll be here for much longer, unfortunately. He could be missing closer to Christmas, or maybe he might find a new home. I don't know. This is certainly what spring looks like for us, is catching chickens that are in the wrong spot. It's an ongoing battle with the chickens to where they should be and where they want to be. So this pen here is my laying flock, but I wanted to give my breeding flock a bit of a run yesterday, so I let them out because I haven't yet got another one of these portable mesh systems, which I will get this week hopefully, because they're just awesome to be able to separate birds cheaply. When I say cheaply, these are expensive nets, but for what it would cost to actually permanently fence something and how much I actually changed my mind, they're really good. Okay, these are the goose eggs, and each day I have to come in and just give them a good move around so that the embryo doesn't stick to the side of the egg. So you give them a good rotate. That's what the mum would do if they're in the nest. She would just come in and give them a good little move around. And then I have 2 more to add today. And that gives us a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 goose eggs. So I'm just keeping them inside where it's nice and cool so that they don't get too hot. I will, honey, I'm coming. I will. So that they don't get too hot, because I don't want them to start germinating, or I don't want them to start to grow in the egg. Germinate? That's not the right word. Develop in the egg. Let's do a quick head count of the bunnies. Should have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7. How are you doing there? You're a bit cold too. What's going on with you guys? It's a bit chilly today. Put you guys in the sun. Yep, good job, Mum. Good job, Mama. Oh, these pens are so much better than what I had them in before. I had them in these stand-up ones before, where the little bunnies are. Hey guys, want some brekkie? Some brekkie too, don't you, love? I can just pick this whole cage up and take it outside, so they're nice and warm in the nighttime. And then in the daytime I can pick the whole cage up and put it outside on the grass. And they got a nice warm bit in there for the little baby bunnies, and the mum can eat some fresh grass. I'll feed these guys. Just a little note with that sugarcane mulch that I like to use for the rabbit bedding and in the vegetable garden. You want to pick something that doesn't grow. A few times I've used pea mulch, and it does grow when you put it in your garden, which is not what you want. So straw is good, and sugarcane mulch is good, and wood chip is good, but you just want to be careful that you don't. Yeah. You want to be careful you don't mulch your garden bed with matter that will grow. So I really like that sugarcane mulch because it's fairly inexpensive. It makes really good bedding, and it makes for a really good garden mulch. The only thing is when you put it down you have to water it in quite well, because otherwise when the wind picks up it will blow away. But it does break down really well and add to your soil, and it's actually pretty inexpensive. You can find ones that are organic as well, which I always like to opt for if I can afford it, is organic. Just picking some weeds. What are you munching on? What are you munching on? Just picking some weeds for the rabbits this morning, and then we've got to feed the pigs.
It tastes like beetroot.
Tastes like beetroot. It's the beetroot leaf. Tastes good though, yeah? Tastes like butter. You think it tastes like butter? A little bit like butter? It tastes a lot like beetroot. It's really good though.
Have no clue what
I think these are daikon radishes here, which is awesome. I really like daikon radishes. If you don't know what a daikon radish is, it's a very large white radish, often used in Asian cooking, and they grow ridiculously fast, and they grow even faster if you give them plenty of water. Definitely recommend growing daikon radishes. They can get really big, but that's what that looks like because it is growing super duper fast and quite white. The daikon radishes are really white. These red radishes are also growing quite fast as well. Can you not hit the plants please, Walt? They're just beautiful little radishes. That could actually be a beetroot. Let me try. No, it's a radish. These could also, I think these are daikon as well. Oh, that's amazing. We've got so much daikon, that whole row. There's daikon radish. That's awesome. I really like daikon. Often I forget what I plant. And then it's a nice little surprise to me when they start popping up. I just wanted to show you this little lettuce here is lettuce I grew last year. In this green tunnel I had chickens and then I had pigs. And in this same row, a lettuce from last year is popping up. I think that's crazy that it's lasted. There's a little worm. Come up, hey worm. This one here is also, it's called a volunteer plant. So this is fennel. I had fennel growing here last year, and this little fennel, whether it be from a seed from the actual mother plant or a seed that didn't germinate, is now popping up. So we love a good volunteer plant because it means you don't have to plant it and it's pretty much free food. That's all the little daikons there. And I could be picking these leaves, definitely. They're quite thick. I could definitely pick those leaves for the rabbits. They do really like radish leaves, so I might do that. Just to encourage the plant to grow the root instead of the leaf and feed the rabbits. Keep everybody happy. So Dom's cut the bucket off the front and he's going to weld flat bar here and flat bar here, and then the bracket, this bracket will sit onto the flat bar. This is our tractor that we changed. I don't want to say we got a new tractor because it's clearly not new, but it's new to us. And Dom's just cut the original bucket down and then welded two large plates, one there and one there, to hold the forks that we already had so that we can lift bulker bags with feed and also our feed drums that our old tractor couldn't lift. So that should make life a lot easier. The cat is just following us around. He's in the garden there. Bruce! I was just saying he's more like a dog than a cat. Good morning, welcome to a misty Coral Tree morning. It's raining and today we're all heading over to my mum and dad's house next door where we're storing our salami while they're on holidays. And we're just going to wipe them down with olive oil and vinegar. They've started to go a little bit mouldy, which is... And our cat's coming. Where is he? Here he is. That's so bad, he's not allowed out. But currently we can't shut the shed because the tractor's in there. So we're going to wipe down these 90 salami with a bit of olive oil and vinegar and get all that mould off. Well, we did our best. They just started to go a little bit mouldy, so we've got to just separate them a bit and just wipe that off. But for the most part, they're pretty good. See there, they're just touching. Just got to separate that and then give them a little wipe over, that's all.
Come on, boys.
Here we go. We didn't actually wipe any of them down because they didn't need it. We just hung them straight up and down so that there's no little bits touching so it doesn't go mouldy. But they're absolutely fine and we're going to try this one. It's a little squishy, but we're going to give it a go.